Greetings to my fellow peace blunderers and welcome to my new video where I'm going to give you a proper practical piece of advice based on one of the positions that I've recently had. If you just so happen to find this video useful, please like and subscribe, it helps me out massively, love you. Okay, here I'm playing a rapid game and as you can see my knight is attacked. Arguably the two most optimal squares for the knight to go to are f4 and b4, both coming with a 4. And when choosing between these two, I'm thinking from a standpoint of where I want my knight to be long term and where most of the piece activity on the board is happening right now. And looking at the chessboard, you may be able to notice that most pieces, both whites and blacks, are staring at the king side. And I'm thinking to myself, well, I don't know yet whether it's going to be for attack or for defense, but I definitely want my knight on a king side, so I play knight f4. Now, of course, the opponent has to do something about his queen being attacked on d3, and I think the best way to treat it is just to move it to e3 where it still defends the bishop and attacks my f4 knight, forcing me to make some sort of decision. However, my opponent instead decided to throw in this intermezzo move first, knight takes f6 with check, which I didn't really like. After queen retakes, the opponent just helped me improve my queen for free, not to mention he just traded his very good attacking e4 knight for my good but still defensive knight on f6. In the last video, we talked about how exchanges should not be happening just for the sake of exchanges, they should give you some benefit. And here, I'm sorry, I just don't see the benefit. Now, queen goes back to d2 where it protects the bishop and we arrive at the critical position. I'm pretty sure that a lot of you guys like doing puzzles and I agree that they are great for improving your game. Now, why do I speak about puzzles all of a sudden? That's because although on paper, puzzles are really helpful for learning attacking patterns, a lot of people struggle with finding and replicating those patterns they've learned in real games. If I gave you this position and told you explicitly that this was a puzzle, your chances of finding the best move would simply skyrocket. When you hear or see the word puzzle, your brain just screams, "Must look for tactics." And then we do start looking for tactics. But in real games, no one will ever tell you that it's a puzzle-like situation. So all we see are just normal calm positions and we just play on autopilot. Like, rawr, exchange, knight for bishop, retakes, rook fd8, oh, I've equalized as black, it's so awesome. And if I told you how many tactics you missed in, say, your last 10 games just because you didn't think the position's through, you'd probably be a bit surprised. So the mindset I want you guys to have is to treat more of your moves like puzzles. You cannot do that every move, I don't think anyone can, and it doesn't even always make sense. There are indeed positions that are very calm and straightforward. But in a position like this, when you have a bunch of pieces nicely developed and looking at the opponent king, the bells in your head must ring. And from now on, try to approach it as a puzzle. You never know what great ideas you can find. Just try and calculate through every single move that you can find, even the silliest one. Maybe sacking the knight makes sense. Maybe giving away the queen makes sense. Maybe giving away the bishop makes sense. And it turns out, giving away the bishop in this position really does make sense. The best move by far is bishop h3. Now we are double attacking g2 and white is already lost no matter what he does. If takes, queen g6 with check, knight g5 blocking, queen takes, bishop g4 blocking, followed by the devastating knight takes a3 with check, getting the queen. If knight e1 defending g2, then queen g5 piling up on g2 some more. Bishop f3, then bishop takes g2, bishop takes, and the same idea, knight h3 check, getting the queen. The best defense for white, although who am I kidding, this is still horrible, is g3. It attacks the knight, but now it can capture the e2 bishop with check, and after queen takes, we simply capture the rook and play open exchange in a very comfortable position. So yeah guys, the lesson is just play more puzzles and play more your games like puzzles. And that is going to be it, my favorite unintentional gambiteers. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, don't forget to like and subscribe, and as per usual, may all your chess moves on the board be exclam moves and have an excellent day. Love you guys, see you in the next one.